Hi everyone, Alyssa here from Dynamic Links Holistic Therapy Through Music and Movement. And today we're talking all about executive function skills. Now, executive function skills are not only one of my favorite things to talk about, it's one of my favorite things to work on in treatment because it encompasses such a wide range of skills. And because of that, a lot of people don't understand what executive functions are or how they work in the brain for different age levels. So today we're going to break down executive functioning a little bit so we can better understand how you're working on it and also how we're working on it in the music therapy session. So executive functions are a set of mental skills that help us with everyday tasks, social interactions, cognitive demands, emotional expression, and emotional understanding. Some of these skills include attention and impulse control, self-regulation, organization, planning, prediction, perspective taking, cognitive flexibility, emotional expression, and self-monitoring. The executive function skills live here in the prefrontal cortex of our brain, which is the last place in our brain to develop. So you will generally see these higher order levels of executive function skills in children that are getting older. Remember, our brain does keep developing until age 25, so some of these skills develop way later in life than we might expect. So the first skills in executive function to start would be attention and impulse control. And those are skills we might work in toddler and preschool age, right? Sustaining attention, following simple directions, regulating ourselves so we can control our impulses so we're not acting out and calling out. The next level is where we get into our school age, preteen level, and these are going to depend on each child, how they're progressing towards the executive functions. But they include organization and planning, prediction, perspective taking, and cognitive flexibility, as well as emotional expression, especially in our school-aged and pre-adolescent clients that we work with. We really want to work on understanding how emotions are feeling in our body, how we regulate them, how we regulate ourselves, and how we express them appropriately. And beyond that, through preteen and teenage years comes self-monitoring, more complex problem solving, collaborative problem solving, and teamwork, leadership. And those are things we can practice through school age as well, but they're all bringing everything together towards that self-monitoring component and the metacognition component of thinking of what we're doing. So many different things involved in these skills. Now that we have a better understanding of what executive function skills are, we're going to look at how a music therapist might target these skills in the therapeutic setting. So starting with attention and impulse control, we might play a game where we're singing a song and every member of the group has to balance a tambourine on their head. And if they move their bodies too quickly, the tambourine falls down. And we talk about how we have to regulate our bodies and control our bodies to keep that balanced for the duration of a song, sustaining attention and controlling our impulses to move when we're not expected to be moving or to get up out of our seat when it's unexpected. From there into school-aged years, we might target emotional expression and emotional understanding through lyric analysis, looking at songs and determining the emotion of that song. How is the person feeling in that song? How would you feel in this situation? How would you express yourself? We might do a little perspective taking, cognitive flexibility, understanding how one person's reaction to a song is different. For those collaborative problem solving, teamwork, decision making, we might make a band and we have to assign each member of the group to a part of the band, thinking about their skills and what they want to work on to make the band. Organizing when we're going to practice, what we're going to play, what is our set list going to be. If we're songwriting, decision making, and problem solving the different parts of the song, what style of song do we want it to be? What rhyming scheme do we want? There's so many elements that could go into songwriting. And then performing as well. Who's going to be the leader, which is part of our executive functions? Who's going to take that lead role and finalize all the details and organize our team to collectively play this song and show what we've been working on so hard to accomplish? There's so many different elements of executive functioning. And music therapists are lucky that we operate across all those domains that we mentioned are part of executive functioning. Cognitive, including attention and those higher order processes such as decision making and problem solving. We also operate very much so in the emotional domain. So understanding how we interpret and feel emotions, how we can express emotions appropriately. And finally, that social domain, which talks about our interactions as well as perspective taking and cognitive flexibility, which ties back to our cognitive domain, but it also has to deal with how we interpret our personal relationships as well. So all of these things that make up executive functioning are areas as music therapists that we can target. And we're able to target them in a unique and fun way. So if you still want to learn more about executive function skills, check out our website, www.dynamiclinks.com, and we have more videos and information for you there. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you for our next video.